Hello again and welcome once more to MMOFTW. I'm Bill Murphy, your hobo-looking host for this little weekly web show, and I've got lots of goodness this week. Almost too many to choose from, if I'm being really honest, but the staff at MMORPG.com and I picked out the 3 top bits of news for the week, and this is what we came up with. BioWare's doctors have left the building, Aventurine announced the sequel to Darkfall, and Planetside 2's Matt Higbee took a stand on the notion of free-to-play meaning pay-to-win. Plus, in our community spotlight, we'll reminisce about the good old days when leveling took a long time and felt more rewarding. All this, and I'm doing it sober for once, because this is MMOFTW.
I don't care if he is Mr. Notorious Big. Can he croon? Papa? I like it when you call me Big Papa.
In a shocking, but also maybe not really, announcement this past week, the good doctors Ray Muzyka and Greg Zashuk announced their retirement from not only BioWare, but from game development in general. It's been 5 years since BioWare was bought out by Electronic Arts, and in that time it's true that the venerable RPG masters have released a slew of critically well-received games that also saw their share of fan and community backlash. Did the rocky past few releases, including Star Wars The Old Republic, help push Ray and Greg to leave the industry? Only they will know for sure, but no one can deny that in their over a decade of game development, these two have helped create some of the best RPGs we've ever seen, as well as some of the stories and characters we'll hold dear for years. From all of us at MMORPG.com, we wish Ray and Greg safe travels in all of life's journeys. And we wouldn't mind if you came back, maybe a little bit down the road, and made some more RPGs one day. Just saying. Be cool to see the Old Republic with the Knights of in front of it again. Just saying. Maybe BioWare will do that, but it won't be the same without you guys. Anyway, next up is some big news out of Aventurine, as that we've all been waiting for. Darkfall Unholy Wars was finally and officially revealed. Originally conceived as an expansion to Darkfall the original, the team soon realized that the breadth and scope of Unholy Wars was essentially changing the entire game, and so a sequel, or perhaps Darkfall 2.0, was born. Updated visuals, mechanics, UI, the whole thing, updated everything, really, mean that there's a lot to be excited about here. We're eagerly watching Aventurine as the game makes its way towards the November 2012 release, and we'll have plenty of coverage on MMORPG.com as we get to pull back that curtain a little bit more and get more info from the developers themselves. In Planetside 2 news now, moving right along, lead designer Matt Higbee had this to say when it comes to PS2's membership model and the notion that free-to-play always means pay-to-win. He says, "In Planetside 2, we don't restrict your character from any type of gameplay based on paying money. No weapon, vehicle, attachment, continent, class, or certification is unavailable to you as a free player. Everything and anything that can affect gameplay is available to unlock through gameplay. This is a big deal. It would be extremely easy for us to make tanks and aircraft restricted to members only. It would be very easy for us to sell exclusive guns on the marketplace or station cash. We wouldn't do those things because we have a commitment to ensuring that the game remains legitimately competitive." It's really great news to hear, and honestly, if there was any other way, I'm pretty sure all hell would break loose over at SOE's fan boards. I'll give SOE my money and, well, my time if more gameplay and content are coming out. But I wouldn't if they were trying to take it from me to make me feel like I could stand a chance against the Vanu or the Terran Republic. It's good to see that Matt and the rest of the PS2 team know that there's nothing but failure down that road. Good on them for taking a hard stance before the game's launch. And lastly, coming up to our community spotlight, reader Gravarg, and I apologize, Grav, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, posted his thoughts on the old way of leveling in MMOs, and how it used to take years, and that was a good thing, just to get to the level cap. In Gravarg's words, he had this to say on the topic. "There is no real reason for developers to make games like this anymore. The majority of players aren't like me. They want their rewards up front and as soon as possible. They don't want to spend hours and hours on end killing things or doing quests just to get a single level. They want 20 levels in that same amount of time. Well, I gotta say that Grav, you're not a dinosaur, as you stated at the beginning of your post, and you're not the only person that feels that way. You're not a grumpy old man. These are all things that Grav said himself. It's not something that I'm throwing at him. I think it's right and proper as a form of nostalgia to miss those days, but I wonder if instead of questioning the pace of leveling, maybe we should be questioning the necessity of levels at all? Grav also talked about how older MMOs used to require more exploration, more community interaction. By the very nature of these games used to not hold your hand at all when they put you in the world. It was just you, dropped in there, maybe a dwarf with a rusty dagger and nothing on his back, and legions of bloodthirsty monsters coming after you. Personally, I'd like to see games get away from leveling and get away from the entire built content worlds that they have to, you consume them and then it's over and you have to wait for more. And instead, I'd like to see them give us other means of progression, other means of community interaction. Houses, towns, castles, farms, things to get invested in with our characters and our people, instead of things to put on our paper dolls and brag about. But maybe that's just me. I got a feeling it's not, though. Anyway, that'll do it for this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at MMORPG.com without the dot. And enjoy the launch of Pandaria this week if that's your thing. Don't kill too many pets on your journey to be the very best. And as always, always, don't let a bad pug get you down. Have a good one, guys.